Okay, we're joining you just late here, having issues, getting ready to go green right now. Let the guys call the action, and we'll bring up the overlays. Green flag here at Milwaukee for 250 laps, and the IIS 2 ovals races to close out the season.
Yeah, Alex Van der Sande with the pole, and now he gets a great jump over Matt Taylor, and he's going to lead the group entering the backstretch now. There's already a lot of side-by-side going on. There's a wreck, Oh no, Hamilton Akabuese.
Yeah, I was just looking through the field and I caught a glimpse of that wreck heading into the final corner, and it looks like there was just a bit of some drivers just being a little bit too eager on lap one, trying to gain track position, and as a consequence, all hell broke loose.
Oh, okay. So there he got loose on the inside, and that's a racing deal.
Yeah, and especially, we have been running a similar setup on the fixed series, so it's very, it really translates to this race. The top is going to be the preferred group, which is nothing to happen at Milwaukee. So we're going to see everybody trying to do slide jobs in a way in order to get some track position. But the tires are very, very cold for the first couple of laps. It gets super tight, so you need to counteract that with a lot of weight jacker. And I imagine that's what Hamilton was doing there, that he had a lot of weight jacker in the car. And so once he went and darted to the inside of Alan Berchaud there, he got loose and then collected Berchaud. That's unfortunate. I also see that there is some damage for the 4-car of Joseph Burton Harris. Trying to find out what happened with him. But already a chaotic start.
Yeah, Brophy coming in for a little splash of gas there to maybe a strategic call. Looks like Jason Green also hitting pit road for a little strategic call here to get a little juice to go a little bit further.
Oh, I just see what happened. Harris was just behind Breton Akabuse, and then he got just a tiny bit run from behind from Joseph Green, in fact. So, or actually Rashad Craig, but Rashad got away with it without any damage. That's unfortunate.
Again, just joining here, we had I had issues joining the session for some reason. Had to do a complete reboot, even though I rebooted. I always reboot starting these things because, well, I work in IT and I just know computers, right? So if you want them to do anything important, you reboot them before. And I did. And so we're just sitting there talking, and it would not load in the session. It just said it failed after 26 seconds. And tried it again, restarted the helper service, came back in. It did the same thing. So I was like, crap, now I got to do a reboot. And, well, we at least got to see the green. We haven't missed a single lap yet. Getting ready back to go green here. And I'll let you guys call the action as I get things sorted out here. But welcome. You are in the right spot. This is the Saturday Top Split 2 p.m. Eastern race of the IIS here at Milwaukee, 250 laps. We're under our first caution of the day, coming to green at lap 5.
Green flag.
And Alex Van der Sande gets a great start again. Matt Taylor, he's being hounded a little bit by Hayata Matsuda. Rashad Craig is P4. And rounding up the top 5, that's Robert Molesca.
Yeah, and they come round the final corner now, and a great start by Van der Sande, and Matt Taylor having a good start as well, up in second. But like you say, under pressure from Masuda and Rashad Craig and Robert Molesca as well, and pretty much a line of cars as well. And I'm noticing as well, Antonio, that some drivers are starting to trying different lines already, which is quite a surprise at this early stage of the race, as we're just about to come to the end of what is it, a lap 6.
Yeah, lap 6. So at the start of the stint, again, the tires are not going to be up to temp, and they didn't even really get a full lap. So they are probably just, nursing the car a little bit, making sure that everything's working fine. I see that Matt Taylor is now trying to catch up with Alex Van der Sande. But again, the top is going to come, and there's a caution on the track.
Racetrack.
Corson's
Jason Green.
Oh, no.
And Mark
Jason
Edmonds.
Green. I'm trying to find out what happened.
Down on the very bottom there.
Yeah, there is no grip there. That's the problem.
already
He
someone
just got
that's
loose.
yeah. Again, and there was already some smoke on the backstretch from another incident that we didn't see. But just another caution here. So those two are going to have some repair time. See if anyone else makes the jump down pit road to join the other strategy, much like Brophy. Also on joining pit road there last time by was Pally Bay and Stephen Wallace as well.
So now that we have a caution,
no, here's Brophy again coming down pit road.
Yeah, he's topping up on fuel. That's smart play. You never know when you're gonna need to have those extra couple of gallons in the tank.
And there's no tire limits here in the IIS, so if it's a free bill, go in there and change those too.
yeah. Well, it depends because again, for the first 3 to 4 laps in a setup that is like this preferred to the top group, you would be very slow trying to get them up to temp. So they don't degrade that much, and I think for maybe a lap and a half or 2 that we had on the green, I personally wouldn't change tires, but I would top up on my fuel. So guys, would you like to know the starting grid?
Yes, let's get the starting. I tried to bring it up, and the graphic just showed the order of the how everybody's ranked in iRating right now. So yes, please go right ahead. The starting grid for today at the Milwaukee 250.
All right, awesome. With a great lap, really starting fast lap. Alex Vanderson, 21.5. He is on the pole, joined by Matt Taylor with a 25.5. That's also a very, very fast lap. Then starting third, we have Hayata Matsuda, and then starting fourth, Alain Breton, who unfortunately was collected in that incident, same as Hamilton Akabuse, who was starting fifth. Starting sixth, Joseph Burton Harris, with a very, very fast lap, with a 21.9. Anything that is under 22 seconds is super, super fast. Starting seventh is Robert Molesca the third with a 21.9. Starting 8th, Rashad Craig with a 21.9 as well. Starting 9th, Logan Edwards. Starting 10th is Silvio Lazar. 11th, we can find Matty Sinclair. And 12th is David Henger. Starting 13th is Ty Quila, who unfortunately was also collected in that incident, so he's now 5 laps down and probably out of the race. Starting 14th, we can find Cody Cavaco. 15th is Lucas Lodato, joined by Jarno Kausch, starting 16th. Then starting 17th is good friend of the show, Justin Petschauer, making an appearance here in the top split, and joined by Mark Edmonds, who was just involved in that incident that we just saw. Starting 19th, he didn't set a time, he's trying to go through the field, is Jason Brophy, which also explains why he's pitting under caution and topping up on fuel, so he's going to be a little bit off sequence. Starting 20th, Wayne Hutchinson. 21st is Pilot Bay. 22nd, Jason Green, who we also saw get collected in that incident. And bringing shotgun on the field is Stephen Wallace, starting 23rd. And that is your 23 car lineup. And now we're getting ready to go green again.
Just saw Lazar and Wallace also hit pit road to top off one more time as well. So I got a couple cars on that B strategy. The most everybody on the prime strategy at the moment. Pace car is off. Dangerous pit road to get on. They haven't even changed it in real life. There's a bit of a thread the needle there to get on pit road. Back under green flag. 8 Alex VDS, your leader. Matt Taylor looking strong in this split. P2 and Matsuda in that Dixon livery. E3.
Rashad Craig got a great start. He's very close to Hayato. It's tough making moves. It is not easy. But as I say that, I see that Cody Cavaco just went by Jarno Kausch. Kausch is trying to go to the inside. Again, that's not the preferred group. And you're probably going to get lost. You're going to lose a lot of time. It's usable, but it's not the
back in the
one.
race there. He's going underneath Ty.
Now Jason Brophy up to 12. He's going to go all the way to the outside here. Actually takes the middle groove.
Looking at
that's
Ty
be
and
enough to make it.
Looking at Ty's car and Brophy's car, they were remarkably very similar looking.
Yeah, that's Cody Kavako in front of him, and Brophy
Yep.
makes
Good pass.
easy work.
Yep.
That's interesting because we just saw that he can take 3 and 4 on the inside and not lose a lot of time. The setup on this private label team hype car is pretty stable all over the racetrack. That's important.
Yeah, I was about to say as well, it's interesting that some drivers are trying the inside, because obviously we saw with one of the other drivers that they tried to go really low on the low side, and they ended up losing it.
Yeah, that's the thing. There is not a lot of grip there. Now Kaush is trying to make it back by Kavako that's a battle for 11th. They're going to come out side by side here.
Oh, okay. His car is almost identical to Ty's car.
Yep.
I thought I saw that looks like Ty's car almost identically, and I was like, I thought he was not in the lineup or on pit road, but no, this is a battle for position. My bad.
Yeah, but Cody is actually a new recruit of ours in Rogue Racing, so.
Oh, that's right. That's right. This is one of the new Rogue guys. Okay.
Yep. It tracks that he has the same livery as Ty does.
That makes sense then.
And right now doing a good job holding up Kosh there for 11th.
Alice has got a good run down the home straight, but I think, can he get up the inside? No, he can't. That's the thing. That's the thing with running the whole line as well. It's basically you're kind of compromising your exit.
Yes, you definitely are. That's I'm taking a look at Jason Brophy. He has caught up with Lucas Lodato, and now he's trying to make it by. He wasn't able to complete the pass in 3 and 4, but he's gonna send it
Look
here.
at that
1
car
and 2.
rotate on the bottom. Wow.
And move Brophy up to 9th. That's 10 positions out from where he started. I mean, I know that there has been some attrition, but we have seen him making some passes here and there.
Absolutely, and also that you can't forget as well under the caution he did dive into the pits, and
Each caution.
Each caution as well. Plus with the new tires as well.
Leaders are experiencing lap traffic now, and Alex, his lead has kind of gotten eaten into a little bit now by Taylor, who is driving that middle to low line. Alex is way up in the highest line. So the last time we were here in the fixed series, the high line was the way to go. He apparently is using some experience, probably learned from the oval series or the fixed series. It actually is the oval series. That's what I meant. The fixed series now is the timed races, the sprint races that actually mirrors this particular schedule that we have in the IIS. But he is way up in that lineup there. Now, I know just working with Alex before, there are things there's something up very high on a lot of tracks called a grip strip. And I know he's very attuned to finding those up there. And currently that's why I believe he's working the high side. Here is Taylor, going to go wheel to wheel with him on exit. Let's see if he's side by side. He's going to tuck back in. But Taylor is just pretty close to getting enough momentum here to complete the pass and get the lead.
Yeah, Taylor got a little loose on exit of 2. I imagine that he has the bar set up quite aggressively so that he can take it on the inside, because otherwise it gets tight and there's no grip. But he's doing a great job of, both Taylor and Brophy on running the inside and making something happen there. Because when we were, last week at Milwaukee in the Oval Series, it was, the top group or bust. If you weren't there, you were not going to make up time because of the characteristics of the setup. But now we can see that Bandison is moving a little bit down, like half a lane down.
Yep.
That's also going to bring a little bit of dirty air to Matt Taylor. So he's adjusting to what he's seeing on his rearview mirror. Brophy now has caught up with David Hanger.
Let's go check that out here.
That's a battle for 7.
So great
run by Hanger.
I think Brophy opted to start from pit road. I think, or did he just pit early and gave a bunch of track position? Because he's down 5 spots.
He didn't set a time. He started from 19th or whatever. He's up 12 spots, up to 7. Now he has
Okay, I see what my
Almost all
timing
entire-
is. My timing of scoring is going to be wrong because when I loaded in, the qualifying was already done. So my position changes are mainly due to if you have a low I rating and you go up a lot of positions, I'm going to show a lot of positions changed, regardless of where you started. So that's again just from jumping in. So yeah, my overlay is going to be just a little bit off there. So we just won't talk about positions gained today unless you guys know.
Yeah, Brophy started 19th. He's up 12 spots. He's our biggest winner so far, running 7th right now. Second highest on that regard would be Stephen Wallace, who started 23rd, and he's now running 17th. 6 spots for him. Same as Lodato, up 6 spots, started 15th, he's running 9th. So yeah, good showing for all those guys. And Brophy is just eating into that gap that Edwards had on him. It was 2 seconds when he went by Hanger. Right now it's down to a second, 1.1 seconds even. That inside line that Brophy is able to run is really paying dividends because everybody else is stuck on the very top.
Well, he's gone up a little bit. He's up above the new paving strip at the bottom, at least on for this scan of the racetrack. He's entering very high in 3 and 4. He's up in that high line now in 3 and 4.
And Bandison and Taylor, they are now having to navigate through heavy traffic.
Oh wow!
Last time by, they went by Paula Bay. Now they have Hutchinson in front of them, and then they have both Justin Petzschauer and Cody Kavako going side by side. That's going to be interesting how they are able to manage that. Petzschauer darts to the inside. Kavako is not able to roll it that great on the outside. Now here comes Bandison with a full head of steam. Going to the east side. Make it a little tight. Ooh,
Yeah.
He wasn't clear enough of Kavaka. That's going to give Taylor a bit of an opportunity. Here comes Matt Taylor.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Kavaka. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I was watching Taylor there, and it looked like Alexander just got held up slightly in the traffic, and that just gave Taylor an opportunity to close right up.
Now, when Taylor was coming off of turn 4, he found Petzschauer wasn't able, had to roll off the throttle. That lost him a little bit of time. And now they have a little bit of clear track for maybe 5 to 10 laps, and then they're going to find, I think that's Kausch.
Yeah, Yarno is the next car that's on the end of the lead lap there.
Keeping my eye on Brophy, he has now caught up with Logan Edwards. And he's right there.
Well,
again,
Taylor's right there
inside
too. Oof. Battle for the lead, and then we got Brophy battling here. And Robert Malechka, he's out there. He's up, or I don't know what he's up, but he's in 5th spot in kind of clean air by himself. Sean Craig much in the same bit. Yep. Okay,
yeah, Malechka started 7th, up 2 spots.
Ooh, here's the battle for Brophy. Yeah. And I want to congratulate Brophy and Robert Malechka and who else is in this lineup? I think it's just those two for making the Pro Series. Congratulations, gentlemen. That is huge. And on behalf of everybody in the community, we're all friends at the end of the day on the racetrack. We're rivals and enemies, but here in the broadcast booth, I try to be impartial. But certainly, when it comes to our guys versus the hired guns of the esports teams, I'm going to root for our guys every day of the week and twice on Sundays. So we're really pulling for you in this upcoming schedule. 10 races, 6 ovals. I think it's going to be a 6-4, so it's 6 ovals, 4 road courses. I thought they said. And that definitely is a good sign for our guys who are very good oval racers in these cars.
Yeah, for sure. I was so happy when I was looking at the standings and saw that so many of the community drivers are in there. I mean, we have Brandon Traino, we have Brendan Lichtenberg. I was watching his stream. He barely made it. That was cool.
He was number 33 on the bubble. Yes, that is a great accomplishment, and I like what he did with the stream. He kind of had it set up. Taylor will get up there. had it kind of set up like the Academy Awards where he goes up and thanks everybody. And
yeah, it was funny. Oh, Taylor was almost able to complete the pass. He had a great run coming off of 2, but then wasn't able to complete it. Got a little tight, had to roll off of the throttle. Otherwise, they would have collided. But we can now see that it is possible to make passes. He missed a tiny bit. And now he's 0.6 of a second back to Bandit. But yeah, back to the Pro Series. Yeah, having Robert Malesco there, having Michele Constantini, Michael Romanidis, a lot of folks that are very, very, very familiar with this car. Phil Krause is there as well. Brophy. I think most of the guys from private label Team Hype. I saw Josh Chin is also
Josh
in there.
Chin was in there.
Jacob Oster from i5G. We have both Oster and Lichtenberg. So yeah, it's great to see. I think I also saw Adam Crane. We know that Blocker is not going to be able to run it, but I'm sure that he would have been in there if he had the chance to run it. So yeah, we're going to be certainly pulling for them heavily. I hope that whoever wins the Pro Series is somebody from the community, and I think we have some great candidates to be there, especially with being 60% favoring ovals. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, Blocker probably would be there, but don't forget, everybody, he does this stuff for real. So I don't want everyone to feel sorry for him. He is actually going to be on pit lane today and tomorrow at the Milwaukee Mile, helping out Yukos Hollinger Racing. So don't feel sorry for Adam.
So now we are 46 laps in. Alex Vandersen has lapped all the way to Silver start, so that's only the top 10 is still. Only the top 10 is still on the lead lap. That's what's going to happen at a place like Milwaukee. Unless you get a caution to kind of save you, you're going to be stuck in dirty air, and the lap times are going to be quite slower than what you would be trying to get. So it's rough. It's rough, and but Vandersen is doing a great job, and now pulling a little bit away from Matt Taylor. Last time by 22.2 for Vandersen, 22.5 for Matt Taylor, who had a little bit of traffic in his way. Now they both have clean track for a while. Let's see what happens as the run goes on. The tires will not really degrade that much. They will, but you can hang on with them. But the fuel tank will get lighter, so we're probably going to see a little bit faster lap times. Last time by 22.3 for Vandersen, 22.1 for Matt Taylor. So he's picking up the pace. Last time by, I guess it was then an issue while he was passing that lap car, but now he's catching up in a hurry. Look at it.
And a big battle back here for 14th, 15th, and 16th, but we'll get back up to Vandersen. There you go. We got back up to Vandersen here.
Yeah, it's interesting that. Go ahead.
So we just saw there was a big battle there for 14th, 15th, and 16th. A lot of cars in a pack there, but we got the battle for the lead, got the camera switched back to that. And here's Taylor again attacking on the low side. Just can't get the momentum built up to clear him.
Yeah, and I'm watching Taylor in turn one as well. He's kind of taking a wide entry, and then basically in the middle of the corner, he's kind of doing or previous laps, he was doing something that Rick Mears likes to call a diamond in the corner off.
Yep.
And also trying to find where the clean air is. Oh, Vandersen again got a tiny bit loose. So that could also mean the tires are giving up a little bit. I mean, in the fixed set that we were running, which I'm sure many of these guys are using as a baseline, the tires, while they did degrade, it wasn't really that noticeable. And we only ran 80 laps, so it wasn't really a problem. But here, I also need to look at the tire at the track temperature. But it can
track temperature is, and we'll get that up the graphics for everybody. 90 degrees track temperature.
It's not bad, and it shouldn't eat them up. So very similar to what we were running on the fixed series. So I guess Vandersen is just being a little aggressive on the tools, which you kind of need to do in order to make it work. When I was running last week, I was running +10 to +12 on the weight tracker. So typically, not something that you would typically do at a place like Milwaukee.
You mentioned Rick Mears there, Ryan. He is a two-time winner here at the mile. Won in 88 and 89. He won that back-to-back Indy 500 and the Milwaukee Mile. That's been achieved a couple times in history. Last time it has been done was Juan Montoya in 2000, won at Indy in the IRL car, and then came to the kart race the next weekend here at the Milwaukee Mile and put the kart car in victory lane. So he kind of did it a very unique style. But this track is so old, gentlemen. So old. It has more starts, IndyCar starts at it than Indianapolis, because for the longest time, this ran 2 races a year. This was one of the tracks they kept coming back to. But if I tell you the career wins leader here, IndyCar wins leader here at this racetrack, you probably have heard of him. Most people have not, and everyone's going to go, who? But Roger Ward is still the career wins leader here at Milwaukee in IndyCar history with 7 wins.
Indy 500 winner.
Yeah, and 9 drivers have won driving for more than one sanctioning body, and that's what I mean. That they either drove for AAA or they drove for USAC and they won in both areas. Yeah, we're watching the battle right now at the front, or the lap traffic.
They have to navigate heavy traffic again.
Yes.
Doing a great job, by the way. But Anderson is able to change his line to go to the inside and make it work. So now he's going to the inside of Cabaco to put him 2 laps down.
There he goes, clears him good. Yeah, 10 drivers have gone back-to-back from Indy and Milwaukee. So one weekend they win at Indy, then they for the longest time Milwaukee, passing Matty Sinclair there for a lap down there. So we are now lapped up to now P9, or Sinclair is 10. So P9 David Enger, which we'll get him on the camera. There he is. He's just now crossing the start-finish line, going into turn 1. He is the last car on the lead lap. But 10 drivers have won Indy, and then came for the next weekend here when Milwaukee used to follow up Indy for the absolute longest time in IndyCar in scheduling history. They would come here and win. Tom Sneva did it once. Of course, he only won Indy once, but he was pretty good here at this place as well. That used to be the big thing. If you did really well at Indianapolis, let's say you were one of those Indy-only teams that would show up for Indy. If you did really well and you got a lot of prize money, typically you see those drivers, those teams come back one more time in Milwaukee to try it again the next weekend.
Yeah, hopefully at some point we are able to get that back. Like it was like the perfect 1-2 punch, right?
Yeah.
First you're running at Indy, and next week you're running at Milwaukee. So,
and it's not that far of a drive, really. It's not that far of a drive for the teams after a long month in Indy. It's not that far for the fans, really. It's just just a little north of Chicago, and it takes 3 hours. So probably about 4 or 5 hours to get up to the Milwaukee area. It's a drivable distance. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody that we haven't really mentioned at all, or well, not at all. We did mention him once, but we typically talk more about him in this broadcast. He's Rob Maleshka. He's still in 5th. He had a good run on Rashad Craig a second ago, but then lost a lot of momentum because of traffic. Now he's going to get another chance because they're going to find another huge bubble of cars in front of them. So we'll see how they navigate that. And, up front, they're still, destroying everything. They're doing 22-1 laps. So super fast for both Vanderson and Taylor. Taylor has lost a little bit of ground to Vanderson, but he's keeping him honest.
And there you see the lap times are turning right now with these getting well-used tires. Alex 163.6, Taylor 163.1, and that's nowhere near what the track record here for this place is. Track record is still held by, I believe, Patrick Carpentier. He turned a lap of 185.5 miles per hour here, and we are 20 miles off that in these newer cars. So, and I don't even think they were remotely close in real life to that 180 mark. I think they were just in the low 170s, possibly, and yesterday. And we're going to have qualifications here probably, I think, right now. So no spoilers, please. No spoilers. You'll be banned.
So Purple App just went to Van de Sande 21.9, and now just at 22.0 again. Light fuel tank. They are now running super fast lap times, especially with clean track. And they're also getting ready to, their field window. They should be coming in. I mean, we had around 10 laps of caution, so that extended it a little bit. You can go around maybe 60, 65 laps, even 70 if you're trying to save fuel. And then add those 10-ish laps that we're doing under caution. We're probably looking at around lap 80, maybe a little before that, for if you were not saving. So we see that Logan Edwards is actually the first one to pit.
First to pit road. And Taylor has lost a lot of time now to Van de Sande. He's back by more than 2 seconds. I think he used a good of those tires up trying to battle for that position. Edwards on pit road.
Matsuda is now calling that he's pitting.
So watch this entry on the pit road. Watch as he gets. It's just so. Look at that. It's just so narrow. The gore point there is just. There's not much to it. You can't go side by side with somebody through there. You'll probably hit the wall. And that is actually what the entrance is still in real life. And they were talking about it on the Peacock broadcast when they were doing practice yesterday about how treacherous it is to get on the pit road still at this racetrack. You thought at some point maybe they would try to amend that, make it a little bit easier to get on and off, a little bit safer to get on and off. Nope, have not yet. But the racetrack does look good. They have blue walls all the way around. Now it's at least a good enough excuse for iRacing to go back and rescan the place because it does have an updated look. Look at this battle right around, right in front of Brophy. Whoa, Brophy three wide. We got Matsuda in there with new tires.
Yeah, and this is the thing though. When you're in a situation like this with cars in front of you, cars ahead, behind you, and around you, you've got to keep your cool, and not do anything too rash.
Here comes Rashad Craig. Rashad Craig's like, oh crud! I came out in front of this pack. Car coming to pit road.
Benson is pitting. Matt Taylor inherits the lead, and then we have Milewaukeee running second. Brophy is now up to third. Remember that Brophy has a little bit more fuel than these guys. He went into the pits on those cautions. So
Enger pit road.
He should be able to.
Matty Sinclair pit road.
Longer. And the thing is, if you pit on the green and a caution comes out, you're gonna be stuck laps out, which pit road. Sucks. So, yeah, it was a good move from Brophy to go like, hey, you know what? I'm going to top up and have more fuel than all these guys. And then that way, he knows that he's going to be the last one to pit. Taylor to pit road. Milewaukeee inherits the lead and now move Brophy up to second. Let's see the merge between Van de Sande and Taylor. I think Van de Sande had built a good enough lead, so he should be good. Now, last time by, Milewaukeee 22-0. He was running 22-2s, 23s. Now he's getting clean air.
Taylor, just not enough room to get up the speed. He beats him out, but just not enough up the speed on the backstretch there to hold the lead off. Milewaukeee pit road, yep. Not a bad run for him.
No, that was actually really good. He was able to set up some... And some really fast lap times at the end. I can imagine that he was saving a little bit of fuel while he was, stuck in the mid pack. So we'll see if he's able to get closer to Van de Sande and Taylor, maybe jump Matsuda and Craig. And
if he keeps up his present pace, I mean, he only has to do 3.2 stops. So maybe he can save another over this next course of a couple stops and just maybe make this. Maybe make this in a three stopper possibly. Yeah, make it a 3 stopper. Yep. Yeah.
And there you go, Milewaukeee. Sorry, Milewaukeee was able to get out in front of Matsuda and Craig. So that's 2 net spots that he gained on that field period. So great job on him. Brophy still out. He has pretty much lapped everybody because he hasn't pit. Right now, it's only Brophy, Van de Sande, Taylor, Milewaukeee on the lead lap.
Yeah,
Milewaukeee is not on the lead lap.
He has 70 laps on this stint. So we saw Milewaukeee go 76, 77. So let's say maybe 75 laps on this stint he goes.
He's pitting now. Let's see where
72 laps then.
He merges back in.
Yep.
Now the thing is, don't
Look at
speed
that.
it.
Oh yeah, look! I just got on the onboard just so as show you how narrow that is. You get in there. Just come to your spot. Don't roll through. There you go. Up on the jacks. New set of tires, topping off the tank. Let's see where he comes out in relation to everybody else. Down and away.
Van Zandt to the lead, or back to the lead, followed by Taylor. Now I think MilewauKee and
He's going to come out behind Matsuda. Maybe behind
and
Craig.
He should get out in front of Lodato, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. That's kind of where he was running, but he was around 6 seconds behind Craig, so now he's around 2.5 seconds behind him. So still a net gain for him just by going longer, and I think he's going to be able to do that again for this next pit sequence.
Now let's do a little bit of a reset here. Alex Van der Zandt is your leader. He's led most of this race. He's in heavy traffic again. It's hard to believe. We only got 23 cars in this race, and the leaders have been in traffic for, gosh, pretty much the entire second half of that first stint, if not a little bit earlier than that.
Yeah.
As we see Alex VDS underneath Lodato and Pally Bay there. He gets both of them cleared, so he moves on now. He's looking at, I think that's Edwards now in front of him. Hutchinson, excuse me. Wow, Matt Taylor, good start for him. Good race so far. P2, been there all day, threatened for the lead here for a while. That Mad Works sponsored car. Then Robert MilewauKee, he is now up to third, going longest on the natural, I guess the all-natural strategy. He did not come to the pit road to top off during either one of those cautions very early on. Matsuda, again, been up there all day, now fourth. Rashad Craig is fifth. Jason Brophy on that slightly different schedule now. He managed to make it to the lap 81 for his would-be first regular scheduled full service stop. He did hit pit road both times. We had those cautions to top off and throw on a new set of tires because, you know, why not? The tire bill is free here in the IIS. There are no limits, so throw on a new set anytime you want and get on back out there. But the crucial thing is he added the fuel each time to make that first set a little bit longer for him. Lodato is in seventh. There is Lucas. Logan Edwards is in eighth. There he is. Matty Sinclair, been working in the top 10 all afternoon. Currently ninth. And Jarno Kausch, he is sitting in 10th with, I think the leader's not too far behind him, but we are on the lead lap. Everybody on the lead lap is first through sixth. Sixth place is Brophy, so Brophy is the last car on the lead lap. I want to thank everybody for joining us. You are watching the Saturday IIS Top Split on ERN, sponsored by 4D Racewear. And we're just kind of settling into a long afternoon. 250 laps here, boys. Used to be back in the day, this was just a 200-miler. And then as these cars got faster in the kart era, they made it 225. And now we're going to see 250 tomorrow and Sunday here in the NTT IndyCar Series. So get used to the place. We're going to see lots of laps here.
Hey, now, Van der Zandt was held up a little bit by the traffic, and Matt Taylor is half a second behind him. He's keeping him honest. And yeah, we're going to see a lot of Milwaukee. We have seen a lot of Milwaukee. Started last week when we were running Milwaukee in the IndyCar Oval Big Series. Now, all this week for the IndyCar Open Series, the Fixed Sprint Series, now IndyCar iRacing Series, and of course the pros of the NTT IndyCar Series for both Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's great to go back to Milwaukee. We haven't been, or the NTT IndyCar Series hasn't been to Milwaukee since 2011.
Yep.
So it's, we definitely needed to come back.
Well, that's the last time that the series ended with two ovals in a row. Kentucky and Las Vegas in 2011. So that's the first time that's happened in ages. For a lot of fans that are kind of new to the sport, this is the first time they've ever seen that. But we will be ending the season here at Milwaukee, and then going to Nashville Superspeedway here on the 14th of September, at least for the series here on the service. Here's Matt Taylor underneath Jarno now. We're riding along over Matt's shoulder here as we're watching him run down these cars in the field. He is rotating very good in the center of the corner. I can see exactly where he's faster than everybody else.
Yeah, just watching the corner entry, mid corner, and just watching the car. It looks so planted to the ground as well, and Matt can put the car where he wants it. And it looks like Alexander's being held up by traffic slightly, so that'll give Matt an opportunity to try and close that gap back down.
Yeah, Taylor doing that diamond line that you mentioned, Ryan. He's really fast doing that, and he's able to get side by side with Hanger here. He's not going to be affected by traffic at all. Now he gets in the wake of Benz, and he has to check up.
Yeah, no. Look at the slide there, yeah.
And nothing that Bandison did wrong. He was just taking his natural line, but Matt chose to go through that kind of odd line and had to cross over that wake. That definitely got him tight. But now he's got rid back up and going all the way to the outside. Not necessarily all the way. There is still a line, an entire lane up there that he can run in, but doing really, really fast lap times. Last time by 22.5 for Bandison, 22.3 for Taylor.
Brophy and Rashad Craig battle on the racetrack. While we watch this battle, the first IndyCar race here was held in 1937. Oh! Watch that.
There goes Brophy.
Yeah, Brophy had a very aggressive exit there, and now he's underneath Rashad. And now it's under the AAA sanctioning body in 37. They ran all the way to 55 until USAC picked up the sanctioning body in 56. And then they raced all under USAC racing here all the way to 79. From then CART took over from 80 all the way to 2006. And then after that, they didn't come back here. But there was some crossover. This was kind of the front lines of the IndyCar Civil War. We're watching this battle.
Oh, holy moly.
Speaking of wars, front lines, my goodness.
Yeah, Craig was trying to get to the inside of Pala Bay, but Brophy was there, and they almost... I think they did scrape maybe a little bit of wheel.
Almost.
No damage, though.
Brophy to the inside.
Oh, Pally just trying to stay out of the way. It's like, where do I go? And that's a good question. And now they're still side by side. So from 2004 to 2006, both the IRL and IndyCar series ran here. This was they didn't run head to head, but they pretty much came close to it. The CART series ran in June. The IndyCar series, or the IRL series, ran in July, and that was one of the few tracks here that actually serviced both the CART series and the IRL series during the Civil War. But then once CART stopped here in 2006, IRL continued to run here until 2009. No race in 2010, and then they ran from 2011 to 2015, and then they were returning for the first time since 2015 tomorrow, or later tonight here, about 5:30 Eastern time.
Oh, and you know, this lap traffic that is getting out of the way for Rashad Craig, I'm sure that Rashad is very happy about it, but I don't think Brophy is. Because he's trying to use him as a pig, but then they move at the last second, and then they give the preferred group back to Rashad, so he's unable to complete the pass. We're now seeing, when guys have very similar setups, how tough it is to make the inside work. We know that Brophy is faster, but since Rashad is going all the way to the top, again, that is a preferred group. Brophy jumps to the inside. He's able to get side by side, but then he loses out. He needs to back out and go back into it. And now he's going to try to go to the outside, maybe do a little bit of a diamond, gets a great run, should be able to go to the inside again, but I'm not sure that he's going to be able to complete the pass. He needs the help of the guys in front.
He's going to have dirty air at the car in front of him.
It's going to be close. He's going to make it.
Yeah, just up ahead of them, they've got traffic as well. So, yeah, this battle could start getting more intense.
Meanwhile, back up front, Alex and Taylor here, only separated by now 7 tenths.
And, you know, Matsuda is in front of Brophy, but he's kind of stuck behind Logan Edwards there.
Yep.
So, you know, there's a lot of traffic in front of Brophy right now, but one of them is going to be for position if he can get there.
Sorry, just saw Matsuda underneath Edwards there, and you saw it get a little twitchy in the center of the corner as he was really kind of got the in the middle of the corner, kind of got that car to over-rotate just a little bit. You see a little twitchy there, but he's back up in a higher line now. Seems to be a bit more comfortable. Now he's down low, and this time he clears him.
Yeah, and I think Logan kind of gave that up because he hadn't cleared him.
Oh! It looked like Matsuda hit the wall. And actually, there was damage on my screen. And it just snapped back into place.
Yeah, you can see a lot of that since we're running all the way to the top. Every single live I see guys' wings falling off.
Yeah, either you hear that or you hear the wall contact sound.
Yeah, yeah. So once Brophy clears Edwards, he's going to have clear track to try and catch Matsuda. Brophy up 14 spots. He's been Mr. Excitement for today's race. No question about that. And he's not done. Here he's going to the inside of Edwards. He clears him.
There he is. Brophy. Congratulations to Brophy. I don't see him brag or boast too much, but he was proud enough that he even put that one on Facebook to tell everybody. He finished 27th in the top 33. Kevin Burrell, the general, who is the leader of the points, and that's a good time to talk about the points. Burrell is the leader of the IIS right now, but he's not in today's race. Let's bring those points up. There they are. He has 3,111 points over Kraus. So he might not really need to show up here and still maintain a good points league. Kraus not in today's lineup either, but Alex Vandesen is, and Alex definitely wants to get a good finish here and maybe possibly move to second place in the standings. Alex is currently at 2,700 even, and compared to 2,754 from Kraus, it's possible he might get the points needed to move up to second. Matsuda is fourth. JB, John Betafure, is fifth. Will Weiser, sixth. Brandon Rosenborough, seventh. Berteau, 8th, who is already out of today's race. Rashad Craig, 9th, and Marquez in 10th. The remainder of the top 15, Sandberg, Hilgard, Karsala, Seb Alexander, and Pascal Sticks. That is your top 15 here in IIS points with just one more race to go after this. But, yeah, back up to watching here for our community friends in the big lineup for the Pro Series. Constantini finished second. We got Brandon Trano, the Super Chief there, finished seventh. Peter Berryman, 11th. Robert Malechka, 12th. Phil Kraus, 13th. Jacob Oster, 16th. Adam Crane, 19th. Josh Chen, 21st. Michael Romanitis, 23rd. If I'm missing someone, my mistake. I'm just trying to go off the top of my head, people that I know in the community. Brophy, 27th. Kevin Burrell, 33rd, and Brendan Lichtenberg with the coveted 33rd starting spot, or at least not the starting spot, but the 33rd and final spot in the series. Used to be that there was always a roast that at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway that the last row always used to be a part of. Positions 31, 32, and 33. That would be an interesting chance to do the reverse roast of Lichtenberg, who likes to give everyone the business because of the ARCA Break Weekly. But I do feel sorry for 34th. Pets Pedro Bibel. I know him from the VOR series. I do feel bad that he finished so close yet so far. We will see. He's an alternate, so we might see him make the lineup if someone has to can't make the full schedule for whatever reason. Brian Carey, 37th, again, so close. Brandon Rosenberg, 39th. And the one that really pains me, well, there's a lot that pains me here, but Nick Sudik, man, he gave it his all, 43rd. So close yet so far, and I know that he was emotionally and physically spent when I was talking to him about it. And I told him he'll always be in my top 33. but I know that's little consolation for him. He wanted to be in this one so bad. And there's next year for everybody. But you know what? I think despite everything, I want to say that all these guys did very well. I'm very proud of everybody. There is next year. There's time and room to improve for everybody to improve. But don't be too down on yourself. At the end of the day, just keep in mind this is a simulation, and we still love you, Nick. We still love you.
Yeah, we love you all that tried it, and I'm very happy for what was it, like 12 names around that number that you mentioned that are going to be in this Pro Series.
Alex didn't make it, actually. He was not really even close to the bubble. He was further down, but he was 48th. But I mean, again, so close yet so far. Matt Taylor is also one of those guys that was so close yet so far as well.
Yeah, and I think that also has to do a lot with us Brophy's getting closer to Matsuda. It has to do a lot with the I rating for the road side. I know that most of these guys have super high oval I rating, so they were able to get a lot of points on the oval races that they did on the qualifying series, but unfortunately not for the road racing part of the deal, which was quite prominent in the series. So it didn't really help matters that much for some of these guys. I know that Brophy, for example, had to go through some of the lower splits, get his I rating up. And just to be able to get more points from the races that he did. So, everybody did fantastic work. They put in the hours, they were grinding it, and now Brophy is able to make it by Matsuda as we were talking.
Yeah, Matsuda, watch that. There you go. Good move.
Yeah, move him up to 4th. But I'm going to definitely be pulling for these guys. I think we have a lot of really good names that are going to be able to make a lot of noise and probably and hopefully get that championship.
Yeah, I'm proud of everybody that made an attempt. Very proud. I know it wasn't easy, and I know they spent a lot of hours and dedication to put some laps in and try it against those eSports guys that actually get paid to do this for a living or a semi-living. So if they can take the battle to them, I'm assuming just over time and practice, you can take the battle back to them for sure. But again, Andrew Marquez, 49th. Logan Edwards, who's in this race, finished 50th. Let's see some other names here on the list. Berteau, 58th, but David Hinger, 60th. Again, just very, very proud of these guys for just getting in there and even trying. I mean, it could be a little humbling for some of these guys who used to be in the top split regularly in the community and then have to go up against some of these eSports hired guns and kind of have their skill set handed to them a little bit by these other guys that we don't even know. We never see them drive the car on a regular basis. So I just say keep it up, man. The more that you drive these cars, the sharper you get. That is for sure. We've talked about that 100 times here on the broadcast. The more you drive, the sharper you get on these cars. I can't say that you're probably like that in any other car on this service, but I do know the more you drive the IR18, the more you put into it, the more you get out of it.
100%. Repetition is important. And getting to know the tools, how the car handles, and different conditions, different track conditions, different setups, how you're going to be playing with your tools. There are so many things that you need to understand about this car, how much you're affecting the tires by running certain lines, by throttling up, by maybe changing a little bit of brake bias, especially if you're running on road courses. There is a lot of nuance, and you only get that by running it a lot. So these guys from the community that are there, they have been running this car, they know this car inside out. So I'm again psyched for them to be there, and I think they have a great shot at making a lot of noise in that IndyCar Pro Series. So yeah, looking forward to it. What are your thoughts, Ryan?
Sorry, what was the question? I just had to take my headset off for a couple of seconds.
we were just talking about the Pro Series and the guys from the community that are going to be taking part in there.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen, that basically the people who have made it have done real well, and like you guys say, they've put in a tremendous amount of time and effort to get there. And I think if you manage to get into it, even if you're not one of the top guns or like top esport drivers, if you've done it as an independent or basically on a team that it's not got, say, esport backing, I think it makes the achievement even better. So yeah, if anyone's made it into the Pro Series, I think they've done real well and they deserve to be there. And you going back earlier as well, Gary mentioned the Adam Crane, has made it into the Pro Series. So Yeah, I think it's good to see Adam make it into it because he's one of those IndyCar drivers that, yeah, he's a quick driver with in the IndyCar community and the IndyCar series. But I think he's one of those drivers that, in my opinion, he sometimes
Matt Taylor got a big push. And I thought he was gonna possibly hit that wall. It just didn't look natural, but he held on. Continue your thought though. Adam Crane, you know him very well. I used to team with him, so he's a former champion here in this series, and this used to be the highest series that the cars used to participate in. Now at the Pro Series, this is kind of the second highest, but still, when you can win at this series, says that if you win this series, you could definitely go on to the next one and do well.
Yeah, I was just saying as well that Adam Crane is a name that's been around the IndyCar community for a very, very long time. And yeah, like you say, I know him very well from being the team manager of Satellite Racing, who I used to be with. And yeah, he's one of those drivers, in my opinion, that he's really quick, but he sometimes, his name, or Adam Crane in general, he seems to get overlooked because there's so many top drivers in the series, but he's one of those drivers on his day that he can always be up there springing surprises.
All right, well, we got a little lull in the action before we get to the next set of pit stops because we kind of started awkwardly a little bit. We still didn't get our sponsor ads in and all that good stuff. So we're going to do a little side-by-side action. We're going to mute our mics and take a little bit of a rest here and get our drinks in or whatever. And we'll be back after all these side-by-side ads to start the next round of pit stops. We'll be right back. Going side-by-side, don't go anywhere. We're back, and just as we thought, pit stops would start happening, and they are now. Leader Matt Taylor in. That turns the lead over Robert Milewski. Remember, Robert last time went 77 laps. So if he could duplicate that, that puts him at 154. So we're another 10 laps away from seeing Robert on pit road.
Yeah, I think for the first stint, he was saving a lot of fuel. I'm not sure that he was saving that much fuel this time by.
We'll see.
He was still saving, but maybe not as intensely as he did in the first stint. And Brophy as well, he can go longer.
Well, you know, Robert, now we gave him the name of King Robert, of course, of winning both the fixed and open top split 500s this season, or this May. Might also be, of course, every king has a magician in their squire there, and maybe he's also a bit of a wizard as well, because he manages to magically come up with excellent fuel mileage. So, but here he comes. No, not this time. He's coming to pit road now. Only 68, coming to 69 laps on this stint. So. Not as, of course, keep in mind also that first stint also had 2 cautions. So. Not too bad by himself in terms of hitting pit road this time with no cautions. Did pretty well. That's going to turn the lead over back to Alex. So that's going to make Robert again the last car to hit pit road. under this primary. Ooh, there's Taylor side by side down the front stretch. That's
yeah, and
Edwards.
he actually. Sorry, Maleshka actually went into the pits a lap later than Brophy, which again tells us that Brophy was full push that entire stand. And now Maleshka is actually able to jump Matt Taylor because of that. I'm not sure he's going to be able to hold him. We know that everybody still needs to pit at least once more. Now they're going to be going side by side. I think he's probably going to let him go so that he can, save. No? What do I know?
I don't know. I mean, again, I always say when people, when Robert come up to race people, they tend to get up on the wheel a little bit more than maybe like your average driver. And that's one guy I don't want to have pass me because he's so good. You want to, level yourself up and see how well you do against him. In this case, he gets right around Matt Taylor. Not saying Matt Taylor's any less of ability there than Maleshka, but Maleshka with fresh tires, that does help out.
And clean track. I think that was the key. If you have clean track in front of you, you're going to be able to go really, really fast. You're going to be able to set up some cool and really fast lap times. And that's important. That's valuable because right now, both of these guys are 4.5 seconds behind Alex Van der Sande. So they need to really hustle if they want to catch him. Although Alex Van der Sande has been the class of the field. He has been the fastest guy pretty much every single lap. So we'll see. Last time by 22.3 for Van der Sande, 22.2 for Maleshka.
Robert, but Robert, keep in mind, has the newest of the new tires. And Alex is 10 laps into his stint, while Robert is only 4 laps into his stint. So there's still some goodie left on those shod tires there. Let's see what this time by. 22.4 to a 22.2. So we're still faster. Gotten into it a little bit now.
Yeah, but Alex was also in traffic. He was making it by some guys. So
check out and Alex up front. Yeah, he does have a car in front of him that's within the draft envelope, so he is getting the dirty air that car produces in front of him.
Oh man, and he just went by Rashad Craig, so that makes only 5 cars on the lead lap. So that's Alex Van der Sande was your leader. Robert Maleshka second, right now 4 seconds behind. That gap is closing.
So it should be mentioned in the first race of this week's scheduled races of the IIS here, King Robert did win the Wednesday split with a split of, there was only 2 splits on Wednesday, but a top split strength of field of a 36-31. I forgot what today's is because I was having trouble loading in. Maybe one of you can remind me, but King Robert...
around 37.
37, okay. King Robert won the opening day race for the week. Matt Taylor finished second. Ty Quilla actually finished on the podium for that one, but King Robert won by a lap over everyone. He waxed the field. So Alex is kind of on that road right now, but now that we see how Robert is kind of every pit stop picking up track position and time, we got one more stop to go, and I think Robert's stop actually might be shorter than Alex's final stop. But we might have a battle on our hand. We'll see.
Yeah, this is not over. We still have around 90 laps to go, so a lot of things can happen in that time. As Alex was trying to make his way by Jarno Kausch there, he wasn't able to. That's going to cost him a couple of tenths. Now he's able to clear him. Now Robert has a lot of cars in front of him.
Now Justin staying to the inside. There's our broadcast partner, Justin Petschauer, getting passed there by Robert, but to staying to the inside. Nice and safe, out of the way, predictable. Although comes up in front of Matt Taylor.
Yeah, but moves to the inside again to give the preferred group to Matt. Although Matt has been running a little bit more on the inside and doing that diamond line that, is characteristic to him. But Justin doesn't know that, so, it's fine. Brophy has actually been catching up. I mean, right now he's still 10 seconds behind the leader, but a couple stints ago, he was like 14 seconds, 15 seconds behind Alex Van der Sande, so now he's down to 10 8.5 seconds. So don't count him out. He has been really fast, and again, he's our highest mover, 15 spots up from his starting position. And see a lot of racing left. And Alex is now going to be heading for heavy traffic. The gap to Robert Maleshka is down to 3.5 seconds. And inside this group of traffic that Alex is going to be hitting, you can find Hayata Matsuda. Hayata is not going to want to go a lap down. He's fourth. He's currently running fifth. But he's not going to be, letting Alex by. So that's
Right.
going to be interesting to see.
And that's the thing as well. You don't want to go a lap down. Otherwise, if a caution comes out, it can kind of ruin your race.
100%, because right now, if a caution does come out, he's still back in it. If you go a lap down, you're done, basically.
Well, there's still plenty of side-by-side racing out there that could generate a caution in the right circumstances. So there's still opportunities. We're still saying there's a chance.
Oh, yeah.
And after resetting the field here, just want to remind everybody, today's coverage sponsored by 4D Racewear. Check out their line of made-for-sim racing gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them today at 4dracewear.com or click on the link in today's description. Want to thank them for their season-long support of us here at P1, including the move to ERN for this season, who continue to sponsor this coverage. We thank them very much. Make sure you head on over to their website, pick up a set of racing gloves, among some of the best that you can get out there. Check them out. Also, racing shoes and their apparel, especially in those in your room where you got your rig set up. It gets hot in there with all that gear. You want something that's free-flowing, very comfortable.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, check out their shirts and everything. You'll like it. 4dracewear.com. Again, they've been our sponsor all year long here for the IIS coverage here on P1. Of course, P1 is the name of the new channel, and we will be picking up the IndyCar Oval Series when it starts off of week 1 for their Nashville race next week. Actually, not next week, a week after next, excuse me. And you want to make sure you join our channel there, subscribe to it, go to youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting, and you can subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you don't miss out on the next broadcast. And we're starting to get quite a few scheduled on the channel, but the IndyCar Oval Series will be moving to P1 for their first race at Nashville.
Oh, Kennison gets a little bit of a bubble. I was looking at the times. I was looking at the times of the top 4. Robert Maleshka is the quickest of this group. He has that gap down to 3 seconds now. He is a 10th quicker than Alex in pretty much the last 7 laps. He has been faster by a 10th. And then typically being the second fastest is Jason Brophy, who again is closing that gap right now down 4 seconds to Matt Taylor. Let's remember that he was 10.5, 11 seconds behind Bandison, down to 10 seconds now. So, he's coming, although, he's probably running a little bit out of time. And Bandison is now caught up with Matsuda. Matsuda is no slouch. He's really fast. And he's running 5th, but this is going to be a tough pass for Alex to make.
Yeah, Matsuda's not going to pull over and allow Alex on by. No.
No, he shouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't do it.
And the new something to look forward to on some future broadcasts here. The new P1 studio is here. It is right here on the desk next to me. We haven't made the migration to it yet, but the new studio is here.
Awesome.
The next race here that we'll be covering on P1 tomorrow, the EGP Hypercar Championship Round 2 at Monza. It'll be me and LGN in the booth for that. Check that out. If you ever checked out Hypercars, it's a lot similar here to IndyCar racing with the current modern IndyCar racing with the hybrids that the IndyCars have. We don't have them in these cars yet that you see them right here. They're not programmed into the service. We hope, fingers crossed, that's one of the things that we will see added onto these cars here real soon, as well as I'm not sure how far away for we are seeing rain racing with these guys. But those are two big changes on the horizon that we hope to see for the IR18. So hybrids and rain weather racing, or wet weather racing. And you get both.
Soon.
Yeah, soon. And Matsuda just moved over. Well, Matsuda that's very polite of him.
Yeah, very polite, but now he broke, what we were thinking was going to happen.
Maybe he was just like, I'm running at my pace. I have my own pace. I have my own schedule. I just can't keep this up. Otherwise, it's going to be another stop or something. I don't know. But maybe he just, discretion is always the better part of valor in some cases. So we'll see what's going on there. But
he's kind of,
go ahead.
Sorry, he's kind of on an island.
By himself, really by himself. In fact, him and Craig are on that same island because they're the only two cars one lap down.
Yeah, also that. So yeah, it makes sense to not, damage your car or do something because you're trying so hard to keep the leader behind you. But
yeah. For sure.
It's probably the smart play, and why I wouldn't have done it because I'm not smart.
If you get a chance to check out the back to our Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern EGP Hypercar series. If you like the Indy cars and with the way that they do their technology, you'll like the Hypercars. Hypercars are very similar, except full-bodied and closed cockpits, and don't see them race on ovals. I don't think we'll ever see them race on ovals. And then
they drive very similarly, yeah.
Yeah, they do There's a lot of crossover between people that do well in the Hypercars, can do pretty well in the IR18s, and vice versa. And then Labor Day, we will have a Labor Day event. It will be the NTRL Xfinity Series making their appearance at Rockingham. That will be Justin Petschauer. Where is Justin in here? Let's get Justin on the camera. We got some time. There he is. Justin will be in the booth with on that one, along with Mark Murphy. I will be there too, helping him produce. The ISRA has the week off, but you want to check out the NTRL. It's a new league we picked up this last couple weeks. Their broadcaster unfortunately had to quit for some reason, so they needed somebody rather quickly, and we came to us. And Mark Murphy has been learning on the fly. He had a very short period to jump off of on-the-job training to broadcast them, so he's been taking that in and has been a real sport about it. And then
shout out to Mark.
Yeah, honestly. For sure.
Shout out to Mark. I was watching that, these Mondays stream that he was doing. A great job for him. I mean, he did a great job calling the action
by himself.
And, by himself. That's rough.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So shout out, Mark. I jumped into the chat and was able to get a little bit of, hey, there's some questions, some topics we could talk about, but he did a fantastic job. So kudos, Mark.
And then Wednesday, the Vigilante Racing League, which is the other new series that we picked up along with the NTRL. They race on Wednesdays with us for the time being. They're always going to be on Wednesday. But we are actually going to pick up another series on Wednesday, the week after the NASR North America Sim Racing Indy Oval Series. So we're going to have double headers pretty much on every Monday and every Wednesdays going forward for the foreseeable future. So we are going to be busy, but that's a lot. That's the week coming up here for P1 on the channel. And then the last race that we will have here on ERN as this crew will be the September 14th, 2 p.m. Eastern race, which will be the finale for the IIS. So that'll be myself and Antonio and Ryan calling out that last race. And then next year, when the 2025 IIS season starts, we'll be over on P1 for that one as well. But I will still be on ERN for their Elite Racing League IndyCar series, the Warriors for Peace IndyCar series, their coverage on Thursdays until the end of the season, end of the year. So that's our upcoming schedules. Check us out. Just hit the bell. You'll get reminded. That's the easiest thing to do. 185 of 250 in the books. We have hit those doldrum laps where we only have 4 people left on the lead lap and not much racing going on out there as these guys are just kind of making laps at the moment. Although we are watching, I have the camera on Justin, and he is starting to sneak himself into a battle here with Jarno for for P11 and a possible entry into the top 10 if things go right for JP here.
Yeah, I was about to mention it. Justin Petschauer has been gaining ground, and Jarno Kausch, Logan Edwards went by both of these guys, and now they have a fight for P11. But
look who's behind him.
It's tough to complete a pass here. Yeah, Alex Van
Alex right behind him. Yep.
Ready to put them 5 laps down. That's crazy. That tells you the pace of
5
Alex
miles down. Man.
Look at the run that he gets, and then he goes all the way to the top.
And Justin just doesn't go, have no place to go. So maybe Justin thinking maybe he can then capitalize when he gets around, Alex gets around Jarno. Nope, just rotates under Jarno and just passes just like that.
Yep. But something interesting, Robert Milewski can now see these guys. He has only Petschauer and Kausch between himself and Van der Sande. That gap that we were mentioning was 4 seconds at some point. He's down
There's
to
a leader
2.
right there.
So we still have a race in our hands. We have 60 laps to go. We know that they still need to pit. We also know that Robert's probably going to go longer. This is not over.
And Alex is 50 laps into his stint here. This is his next last stint, so he went 67 for his
15.
previous. So we expect him to come in here in the next 16 laps or so for a final stop.
Yeah. Well, let's see how Milewski is able to navigate through this traffic.
Justin keeping an eye open. Good on him. Look at the rotation in the middle of the corner here.
That's
passing
crazy
them like
that
they're
able to
sitting
make
still.
it.
Yeah, I know. It's so impressive. And you're sitting in those other cars and you've worked really hard on this setup and you see that and you're like, what the?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's
Come
going
on
on here,
That's
man?
Not fair.
You know, they're typing in chat, grip hack, EXE,
Yeah, probably. Now Van der Sande coming to lap Logan Edwards. Edwards gets out of the throttle. Again, a very polite thing to do. That gap kind of staying even between himself and Milewski.
2.2, 2.1 now.
Brophy is now down to 9.9 seconds, so he's under 10. has been grinding at it the entire race.
He's only 3 seconds behind Taylor.
Yeah, getting closer.
Once again, if you're just joining us, you're watching coverage sponsored by 4D Racewear of the Saturday top split of the IndyCar iRacing series on ERN, coming to you from the Milwaukee Mile, the historic Milwaukee Mile, where Alex Van der Sande has really dominated today's race. He is our leader, and we're coming very quickly to 50 to go. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race, and more importantly, donate if you haven't donated already. We do these races for free on behalf of the community. All the gear, all the licensing, all the overlays, all that, none of that's cheap. None of that's cheap. So every dollar you put into the broadcast, we get it towards improving broadcast quality and, of course, paying these fine gentlemen that are with me in the booth. So if you have not donated already, make sure to head to our GoFundMe link. It's in the broadcast. It's in the description of the stream, and head on over to GoFundMe. Drop a few bucks if you can. We certainly would appreciate it. It's a long season. Brophy getting hung up behind Edwards at a wrong spot, and I don't think he really planned that. I don't think Edwards planned to be there either, but he gets by. But he had to really roll out of it and lost some time to Taylor.
Lost like 6/10 in that entire exchange. And a couple laps ago, purple lap, Robert Milewski. He's coming. He didn't get him like entirely.
Gonna split the middle. Wow.
But yeah, Van der Sande went through the middle of everybody. But purple lap currently is 21.968, set by Alex Van der Sande. But then Maleshka, like 4 laps ago, he matched exactly that same lap time. So we have 2 purple laps right now. And the difference is down to 1.4 seconds.
Yep, you're right. You're right. And the overlay there, my my other supplemental overlay that I use for additional information, see both laps turn purple in the same column. Very rarely do you see that. We'll get Robert Maleshka here, his fastest lap. There it is, 163.9.
And final pit stops are already underway. Hayata Matsuda from P5 already did his last pit stop. He just lost a spot to Rashad Craig. We know that he's going to get it back. But
yeah, he went
65.
So much difference between... He went 65 on that stint, so yeah, you're right. Absolutely good to go with a lighter tank. So we'll see some good times for him on a light tank and fresh tires.
There goes Alex. There goes the leader.
All right.
So here, Maleshka is going to try and set up bangers of laps. Like try to go as fast as he possibly can. He scrapes the wall even a little bit. Yeah, he's going for it. He's pushing full push. Qualifying laps right now. And especially because he has clean truck.
Oh. Yeah, I was just watching Van der Sande and he just got sideways on the pit entry late in the grass. That was I thought he was going to spin out there.
Gotta be careful.
So that's the cold tyres as well that you've got to be careful with.
Pally Bay making a turn down pit road. Oh no, just out of the way for Matt there. Pally will be pitting here soon. Matt Taylor anytime. Robert Maleshka anytime. Maleshka went 69 laps on his last stint. He's only 59 into this one, so he can go foreseeably for another 10 laps. Taylor did 68. He's at 63 now, so he can go for at least another 5 if he could maintain that mileage for this stint. Brophy will probably hitting pit road here in the next 3 to 4 laps as well. And that should turn the lead back over to Alex when everyone's said and done with it. We'll see. There might be a change in plans there if Robert has any way of making any difference.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Right now, Alex has been running 22.5, 22.4 last time by to Maleshka's 22 flat both last laps. So that's a second. And now he goes for a purple lap on his own, 21.8. Wow. Yeah, he's going for it, and we might see a change here soon once this guy is pit. 22.3 for Van der Sande. That gap is growing. And again at 21.9, yeah, again. RM3 right now doing qualifying laps.
Now look, this is a good example. Whoa!
Ooh,
whoa!
Justin Goodshauer.
I'm just going to come to pit road.
Yeah, he bails out of it. Smart call, by the way.
We'll watch him come to pit road. So if anyone says that IndyCar oval racing is easy, just watch everything that we can see Robert doing. And the more impressive part is what he's doing in the cockpit that you can't see. So we can't really see him changing the bars. We can't see him changing the weight jacker that you can in like real IndyCar racing when you see someone's finger go to the button for the weight jacker, or they go to the bars, which is an actual like a knob underneath the dash that they grab and they sit there and turn. I don't think that's automated yet for the wheel, but a weight jacker completely is automated. But he's changing gears in fourth gear, down the fourth gear, and then he goes up. Now he goes on the main straight here. He's going to go 5th and 6th.
And weaving.
Yeah, and trying to get the tire. And then he drops 2 gears in the turn. So every time he's down the straight, up 2 gear and down, and then in the turns, down 2 gears. I mean, I can't think of any other style of oval racing that you're changing the gears like this at each end of the racetrack. and still, still turning left and maintaining everything else. So this is it's
battle for the lead.
Very busy in the cockpit here.
Super busy. And battle for the lead. MILWAUKEE was able to come out in front of Bandisand, and they have a lot of track in front of them.
There's that.
MILWAUKEE
There it is.
able to make it by.
There he is.
Okay, Alex is gonna get a great run here. MILWAUKEE has kind of clear track in front of him, so he should be able to roll the top.
Poor Justin, just in the wrong place at the wrong time there with both the leaders around you. Like, holy crap, where do I go?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with being lapped on an oval as well. It's basically it's kind of where you don't want to move move out the way and they possibly cause an issue. It's kind of one of those things, like you say. It's basically you can't really do anything.
Fastest lap goes to Matt Taylor, 21.896. Although I still have both of them marked as fastest lap, both his and Roberts.
Just like the song by Martha and the Vandellas, when you're lap traffic sometime around here, it's nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide.
Nowhere. Fastest lap now goes to Brophy. I see 3 fastest laps. 21.896 for Brophy, 21.896 for Taylor. I see 21.897 for Robert, but it's still marked as purple in my in my dashboard. So 3-way tie for the fastest lap. It's crazy. Brophy 21.7 now.
Yeah, he's like, there it was. He's like, it's mine now.
Yeah, he broke it.
Light tanks, new tires. Light tanks, new tires.
Yeah, now Robert's finally gonna get a little bit of clear track in front of him. So let's see that clean air. How much faster can he go? Because I don't think he's gonna be happy to see that he lost the fastest lap time.
21.8.
Ooh, close but no cigar. And he still has Jarno in front of him. Once he clears him, he has around half a track of clean air.
Got a good draft. We'll see what that does here. 21.9. No. It's the pass.
And now has to go to the inside, so that's gonna lose a couple tenths. Let's see this time by. And now the gap is already up to 2 seconds to Bandstand. So yeah, he was saving his stuff up for this last stint. Well, to the finish with the last one where he started really pushing. 21.8. Not quite there. I think Brophy's gonna keep it. Yeah, man, and so demoralizing for Alex, right? You're leading. Oh, there goes MILWAUKEE. 21.79, fastest lap of the race, purple lap.
yeah, just give him time. Just give him time. And they might actually be. I think they're all on a channel working with one another right now, so they're probably one-upping each other.
Yeah.
Check this out. No. Check this out.
Oh, you need what? Hold on. Hold my beer.
Yeah. Just a second. And to give you an idea of what that is, I mean, I just said right there on the fastest lap graphic, it's a 165.7.
Crazy fast.
And there's virtually no banking in the track here. There's never really been a fast speedway to begin with in terms of a 1 mile oval. It's in terms of history, it's rich, but in terms of anything remarkable about its surface, it's no banking, nothing horribly fancy here. Used to be a dirt track way back before it was paved. It's just a flat, your standard issue flat oval. There's just a tiny bit of banking in the corners, tiny. But this is what turn 3 at Pocono was modeled after. One of the turns here at Milwaukee.
Man, I wish the NTT IndyCar series went back to Pocono. I mean, like you said, Indy, Milwaukee. Come on. Should be there.
Yeah, I think someday they will return. They keep talking about we already know the schedule for the 2025 season. They've already come out with that, and at the same day they announced the signing with Fox. They announced the 2025 schedule, which is basically identical to what you see this year, with the exception of making thermal a points race, which is unfortunate. I didn't think the racing was that great at thermal to worthy of a points race, but. Okay, so we'll get like one new track technically added to the schedule that everyone could ask, iRacing to go out there and scan, please, and everything. But 2026 is supposed to be what has been said by Mark Miles is more of a dynamic schedule. So what does dynamic mean? Well, dynamic by definition means changing and able at. When I say changing, meaning it's differently changing, wide leaps changing, that type of thing. So, what are we going to see? We going to see more ovals? Do we maybe go back to Pocono? I don't know. Do we go maybe back to Homestead? I don't know. Do we go to Michigan eventually? I don't know. Those are the 3 ovals. 100%. I would like to see back on the schedule before any other road courses are added. I've kind of had my fill. I kind of had my fill of these temporary street circuits that aren't good. And when I say that aren't good, Nashville I did not think was very good. Detroit, no. I do not think is very good. Long Beach, 100%. Yeah, that's fine. St. Pete, 100%. That's fine. But if you're going to go to these downtown circuits, what's that?
Belle Isle was great.
Belle Isle, yes. But if they're going to go to these circuits that Toronto is actually pretty decent, although there's word that Toronto might actually be looking to improve its infrastructure for some upcoming events that they'll be hosting as a city, and that might involve updating down and around Exhibition Place. If that's the case, then they won't be holding the street course down there. What will they do in place of? There's talk maybe Montreal, and I'll be fine with that. The IndyCar Series proper hasn't been to Montreal. The Champ Car World Series went there, and that their history has been absorbed by IndyCar, and it is now part of IndyCar history. But when I say IndyCar proper, the line of guys that came up through the IRL system and then into the reunification era, which like 2008, very few of those guys raced at Montreal. The guys on the like I said, Champ Car World Series did, which is like Will Power did. I don't think Scott ever did. Will Power did. Let's see who else is. There's not much left. Graham.
I think Scott did.
Graham.
I don't think Graham did. Will definitely did. I think Scott did as well. Yeah, because Montreal was added in 2002, I want to say.
Yeah, basically the IndyCar Series, or CART as it was at the time, they visited Montreal in 2002, I think.
Okay, so they would have been still the Champ Car.
Yep.
FedEx, they would not have been FedEx. Were they Champ Car World Series or CART then?
Yeah, they were
FedEx.
Champ Car.
Okay.
They were Champ Car at that point, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
I know. Go ahead.
Sorry, we're starting to see a little bit of a battle brewing between Matt Taylor and Jason Brophy.
Yep.
Matt was in heavy traffic. That took a lot of time from him. But now Jason is going all the way to the inside and actually making it work. It seems that the car is very loose, but he might be able to catch him. I don't think he's going to be able to pass him because we only have 13 laps left. But, at least they're putting up a show here.
$14 to go, you're right. They started ticking down at a rather brisk pace, but we watch Roberts making kind of a spectacle of it now. 5-second lead over Alex, who's led pretty much the entire day.
Yeah, and that's a heartbreaking part. You lead, 200 laps, and then Dun, dun.
Yeah, if this was an
Dun,
old
dun.
style kart race,
Dun, dun,
that if this was an old style kart race, he would have got that dub, but it's not.
Yeah. And now Matt Taylor with Cleaner is pulling away from Brophy. So valiant effort from him. Again, coming all the way from P19 to 4th. That's pretty good. Up 15 spot for him.
Well,
I don't
hopefully
think he's gonna be able to
we'll get a word from King Robert and Alex after the race. I'm not sure if we'll see Matt or not.
I have to say as well, for most of the race, it's been great to see a very, very, very long green flag run, and
Yeah.
there's only been one caution, but now I've said that, I've probably jinxed it.
I don't know. So far, for races that we've streamed, like our Monday series, the ISRA is like 96% green flag laps for all the laps they've turned. And the Vigilante Racing League that we just picked up, they did the first 65 laps in a truck race at Daytona, caution-free. So, I mean, this is like the home of green flag racing right here at P1. I mean, we have pretty good luck with a lot of these green flag runs. And I think that makes broadcasting for us more excited, because it leads to a lot of speculation of when we might see that stop. Who's maybe going to short fill? Who's maybe not going to short fill? Who's going to go long? Who's going to go short? Who's going to go for the undercut? Who's going to go for the overcut? So we see a lot of it here on the channel, and I don't think we're quite the home of it, but we're almost the home of it, because quite a few of our races are long green flag periods. Long green flag periods. 7 to go.
Yeah, it lets all the strategies breathe and evolve throughout the race. Is a lot of fun.
Closest battle on the racetrack for a position that we kind of keeping our eyes on is still this Brophy Taylor. That's less than a second, but everyone else kind of has a good solid gap between themselves and whoever's next to them on the racetrack in terms of the standings. 6 to go. I don't think, unless there's an issue that Taylor has with this lap traffic, which he is having a bit of an issue, that might invite the door to be open for Brophy.
That's Logan Edwards, who hasn't relinquished his spots throughout the race, really. Great run here for
Robert
Brophy.
in pretty
He
heavy
shouldn't have any
traffic
problem
too.
here.
We're going to go 3 wide through 3 and 4. As he just said, you know what, I'm not going to wait. We still got closing laps to go here. I'm going to push. And he is clear there of Lazar. I mean, 3 miles ago. King Robert looking to back up his win from Wednesday with yet another dub here this week here in the series. Help him in the points. But those trying to close on the points leader, really the only one that's going to get a big closure here is Alex, who will probably work his way in the second in the championship after this race. Coming to 2 to go.
Looks like Wallace is getting very close to Pet Shower there for P12. But Robert Maleshka just went ahead and did 21.638 purple lap again. Man.
Yeah,
an entire tenth of a second faster. Wide lap.
Yeah, just rubbing salt in the wounds on everyone. Take this, take this, take this, take that. Whoa.
And again, 21.5.
Wow.
Is he going to improve upon that?
Coming to the start finish line for the second win this week. Robert Malechka. 21.848. No. He lits up on the field.
Yeah, he got the wall in 4. And look at Lodato, he's saying, thank God it's over.
Oh, my goodness. And Robert's just going to come to pit road and park it. Gonna just act like Barry Sanders in football did. Not even gonna spike it. Just gonna come right down and park it. Pretend like you've been there before. And there he goes. Let's get in today's final standings here before we get into the interview room. That's the grid, Gary. There's the results, Gary. There we go. Robert MILWAUKEE. 8 seconds. I mean, he didn't wax the field like he did in that first one. But, when you're as good as Brophy, Taylor, and Van de Sande is, 8 seconds might as well be a waxing. You know? It's just, you look at that, you're like, man. And Alex led so much of the day. Matt Taylor was up. I don't think Taylor ever left the top 3 outside of pit stops.
I don't think he did.
And so he pretty much right there all day. Brophy in 4th. Matsuda, great finish for him in 5th. He was kind of in that top 5 all day today too. It's almost like the top 3 were in a class of their top 4 were in a class of their own, and then everyone else was next best in class. And that kind of starts at Matsuda there in 5th. Craig in 6th. Lodato in 7th. Edwards in 8th. Matty Sinclair very quietly in the top 10 all day as well. 9th place finish there for Matty. David Hinger in 10th. Yarno, again, hovered right around that P10 spot all day today in 11th. Justin Petshower, not a bad day for Justin. I think a top 15 is pretty good. P12. Stephen Wallace 13th. Lazar 14th. Wayne Hutchinson 15th. Pally Bay 16th. Cody, I guess making a top split debut for you Rogue Racing guys. 17th, not too bad.
Unfortunately, he had an incident. I saw it a little later. He tapped the wall, and that was terminal damage. He was doing good,
but he's not really. He's still learning the ovals here, so that's really good actually. Mark Edmonds in 18th, Jason Green in 19th. We saw him with an incident with Edmonds there very early in the race, and then Akabo Easy, lap 1, turn 3, him and P20, and then after him was JBH. And Berteau were involved in that one. Ty Quilla somehow got nicked in that as well. Ty, podium in race 1, P22 in race 3 of the week. And then Berteau in 23rd. That's the 23 car field. And let's see. I don't think we're going to have Taylor, but I'll go ahead and queue up a replay anyways. And then we might be going directly to Alex. We'll see, though. Let's get a tight shot on his car there. There we go. Oh, there's a better shot right there. And let's go take a peek in the booth here. Nope.
Brophy's there.
But Brophy's there. And in lieu of no Matt Taylor, we could bring in Brophy. Finish 4th.
Mr. Excitement.
Mr. Excitement. So it's we're going to surprise him here. And okay, we'll bring in Brophy first here. Jason, we're going to surprise you by bringing you into the booth. Matt's not with us, so you finished 4th. A great week for you. But first we'll talk about your race, then we'll talk about your week. Go ahead, talk about your race here. You decided to top off a couple times early under those early cautions. That really helped you out.
Yeah, I was trying, pass. We have a really good car here.
Yep.
And so I was starting at the back, wanted to try and pass as many cars as he could. And I did that. I passed a lot, but Matt Taylor's definitely gained some speed here. And I couldn't quite get to him. So, wanted to see where we stood. I tried some stuff in this set. I think we all 3 of us, just short short track package stuff, even though the Pro Series doesn't really go here. See what kind of adjustments, what they did, etc. So I got a little too tight, and then too loose to fire off, too tight late run. I was pushing it real hard at the end of that race. So saw a podium, but couldn't quite get it. Matt gained a lot of speed. I know, pretty. I don't want to say pretty easy to pass, but we had an incident Monday in Open when he was trying to hold me off. He caught the wall and spun in front of me, and then yesterday or on Wednesday, no harm. Well, there was harm, but nothing he did wrong, just racing. And today I couldn't even get to him. So, pretty big improvements he's made. But Rob's kind of in a class of his own. I know that. So I felt really good rolling the bottom. The track, the dynamic track actually working really well. The outside was generally better the whole time, but it got bad enough to where you were maybe half a tenth down to a tenth down on the inside. And I could use the inside, especially in 3 and 4. I actually got to where it was nearly even, which is funny because Monday and Wednesday it didn't feel like that was ever the case. But 1 and 2 felt like the top stayed stronger most of the race. But you can roll speed in the bottom, try and get a run, and then see if you can complete a pass. So it was actually pretty fun racing, but it's difficult. 240 laps of green on that is rough stuff because it is. You're up against the wall. You're pushing to the limit every corner. Just trying to. Well, I mean, for the most part, I was because I was going through the field and, with lap cars and trying to avoid dirty air, especially if you get surprised dirty air, boy, the front takes off. So a lot of fun, though.
Well, that very well summed up your race. But let's talk about your week. I was telling people on the broadcast, you and I are friends on Facebook. I'm not a big Facebook user, and I think a lot of us really aren't either. And I don't see you brag about anything that you really do in iRacing. I mean, you have reason to brag, but I don't think I've ever really seen you come out and say, "Hey guys, look at me, look what I just did." But when you made that top 33 of the Pro Series, you certainly came out and bragged on it. How happy are you to get that pro license and go for the big money in the Pro Series?
Oh, I'm real happy. I really didn't expect to have a shot going to Long Beach. I was just going to drive the series and whatever happened. But I kind of figured, I'll be here for support, whatever. I'll kind of switch to that role. And then I had a good run at Long Beach. It wasn't, top 33 in points, but for me on road courses, just capitalizing there and being able to go to the ovals and get as many points as I could. And I did that. I got more points than anyone on ovals. Now, granted, that's because Phil got DQ'd at Indy because of the whole pit exit thing. But I got more points than anyone on the 2 ovals, and that was enough to kind of. I don't want to say it was comfortable. I got in by 80 points, but fairly comfortably relative to what was going on. And that's with a wreck. Had a bad day at Barber and thought, oh, that might be it, but I have to be perfect from here on out, and I did it. Officially, I think I had a top 5 in all my results. Technically, I got 6th place points at Indy, but then Phil got DQ'd, so that means I get 5th, even though I only get 6th place points. So, I finished in the top 5 in all my races, the road courses. Not my strong suit, and this group isn't particularly even a strong suit there. Long Beach is actually, sadly, one of my better ones. Same with, I say Mid-Ohio, but I'm not that good at Road America and Barber, and definitely not Indy GP. So, able to salvage enough points, and I'll be able to have fun on the 4 ovals. I'll survive the 6 road courses that I got in that schedule, but I'm really there for the ovals, and the fact that I got the license. That's the big part. It's a neat thing. I think all 4 private label team hype cars. I shouldn't say I think all 4 private label team hype cars made it. Chin, Phil, Rob, and myself. Rob kind of making a statement out there that I'm probably not necessarily fighting for a win on the oval, but still, that's good. I'm a team guy, so I don't really care that much how I do. Go out there and put the best team foot forward for Power Slide or private label team hype.
Well, congratulations on that. Congratulations on this race for finishing 4th. While we got you here, friends, family, sponsors, shout outs, anyone you want to say hi to before we let you go?
Yeah, hi Tommy for letting us, do this under the private label team hype banner. Adam, Alex, Rob, everybody with Power Slide. There's a lot more names than that to mention. And my teammates that came over with me, Phil, Chin, Jeff, Andreas, Andrew, all the people that I work with there, and you guys for broadcasting this stuff. It's entertaining to be able to go back and watch the race. I know this one was probably pretty spread out, so you got a lot to talk about. But
there's never a loss of things for me to talk about. You know that. I hope you do enjoy the broadcast. But thanks for being a part of it. Always getting a chance to have you in the race. We know that it'll be interesting. And we once again congratulations on making the top 33 there of the Pro Series. We will be as I told people in the broadcast. Everybody's rivals in the community on the racetrack, but when it seems like we're kind of all behind one another when it comes to this Pro Series, especially against the hired guns of the eSports guys. So we will be rooting for you to do extremely well in the Pro Series. And we'll continue to watch it. But it's good to have you here today. We got one more race after that, Nashville Superspeedway. Hope to see you there. But we do understand, though, if practice is more important for the big paid series, we'll be happy to see you do well there as well.
Yeah, probably going to cut into the time I spend on fixed and open a little more. Specifically open a little more so, but we'll see.
Well, you got a congratulations. Go celebrate tonight and today, and we'll catch you at the next one.
Yeah, we'll be pulling for you, man. Great luck.
Thank you.
Yep, best of luck. That is Jason Brophy. We'll move him back up into there. We'll bring down Justin Petschauer, who is one of our regular contributors here. Hey, Justin, just going to bring you in for the final interview when we bring down Robert. Talk about your race, almost a top 10, P12.
Yeah, I overslept my alarm. Got in 7 minutes before the race even started. I was hoping to get up somewhere near the top 10, but the old saying goes, blessing in disguise what happened in the front. And I managed to pull out a 12th place finish.
Not bad. Not bad, really.
And I almost was the cause of the third caution. But thankfully, it was going through 1 and 2 after my second or third pit stop. Running my quote-unquote amphibious preferred line, arcing it down through 1 and 2, started to feel the back end slip out, and it started to kick out, and I basically did the old adage of a little bit of stab and steer with the brake and loud pedal,
right,
and steering wheel, and it somehow worked out in the end.
All right, let's go ahead and bring down Robert here into the booth here. Robert Milewaukeee, King Robert, the winner today. You waxed the field on the lead race of the week. You got everyone on a one-lap win there. Not so much today, but you certainly made the guys in second, third, and fourth really have to work for it as you kind of pulled away there at the end. Congratulations on the win. Talk about your race.
I kind of went went just full send in Q. Got the wall, or else I was probably tracking the mid to low 4, which would have been pulled by like at least a 10th. But I wanted to really just full send it and see what happened, and he overstepped it. But just avoided the chaos on lap 1 there, and then I was kind of committed to the fuel save for the first. So I was thinking probably just commit to it for the first 2 stints.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be as light as possible at the end if it did go green, and I gotta save my stuff. But and if I'm being honest, I was kind of playing with my food there, right? Just Wednesday was not extremely difficult, but nonetheless, kind of started pushing there to last, I don't know, second half of the race, and it was interesting. Just with how the track evolved compared to Wednesday. I'm actually talking to Matt Taylor right now, but on Wednesday the top really went away, but today the top was just always the preferred lane, it seemed, and just kind of rim right at that lane the whole race, and was able to finally push those last, I don't know, 80 laps, and was able to pass Matt and Alex and got the win.
Yeah, it seemed like one thing kind of did for sure carry over. I don't know if it's because of the conditions or whatever, but from the Oval Series to IIS, which doesn't carry much over all the time, that high line seemed to still be the line away around here for whatever reason. Okay, well, congratulations. Let's move on to the next big thing, because I know that you're happy about this, and the next big news is, of course, making the top 33 of the Pro Series. talk
Yeah.
about getting into the paid round, so to speak, the rounds that count, and talk about your upcoming season there, your thoughts, and what you hope to achieve. We're going for the dub, right? We're going to go win this thing.
We are definitely not going to go win it, but we're going to put all of our eggs in one basket and hopefully get Phil at least a top 3 in that. We're obviously very strong on the on the ovals. Short ovals are kind of our bread and butter right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we still have a little bit to gain on the road courses. I think the last few days or so we've made some really good gains on that to kind of cut the deficit that we had to the Coandas and Redlines, Dragos out there. But yeah, I mean, I guess on my end, still need to improve quite a bit on road. But I think my goal going in is if I can finish top 15 in points, that'd be nice, and maybe 1 or 2 wins on ovals. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
I think, as again once mentioned in the broadcast, everyone here, if we race against you on the racetrack, we're rivals on the racetrack. Off the racetrack, we're friends. But certainly, when we see you racing against those esport hired guns, we are definitely rooting for you and want you to do well. I think everybody in the entire community is pulling for everyone else. So we are all behind you. Best of luck there in that series. But before we let you go, any friends, family, sponsors you want to say hello to? And also, since you were talking to Mark, tell him congratulations as well. He's not checking in, but feel free to get your shout outs in and give him our congratulations as well.
Yeah. I guess back on the topic before, I should mention that, as a community, we have some bullets on chamber. Obviously we have Phil. Michele has a really good shot for Coanda. Obviously Trino's always going to be right there. So, those are the 3 guys that have been active and been in our community for a very long time. So I think we're all kind of cheering them on to at least finish top 5. And then you got a few of us that, are not great on road, but we should be all up there for ovals. But yeah, thanks to Power Slide, Alex, Phil, and Jason. We have a rocket ship here, and we have a rocket ship at seems like almost every oval right now. So, we've been putting a lot of hours every week to hopefully have a shot at this thing coming up, and looking forward to it. So yeah, thanks.
I always say the more you practice in the car, the sharper you get at this thing. So congratulations on the win today and also making the top 33 of the Pro Series. We'll be watching you intently, and we hope to see you possibly on the 14th if you do make the finale of Nashville Super Speedway. But until then, please enjoy, stay safe, and we'll catch you whatever the next race is.
Yeah. I think most of us will be there because that's on the pro schedule. So we're looking forward to
Gotcha.
Nashville.
Little test
We'll
session.
be pulling for you, man. We'll be pulling for
Thanks,
you.
boys.
All
Rob,
right.
before you go back up to the
Yeah.
waiting room. We're going to finish the
Sure.
topic that we were talking about.
Oh, all right. We'll send you up to the waiting room there. Okay. Justin will send you up there as well. Thanks for joining us, Justin.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. A little private discussion going on in the way. Anyways, Ryan, Antonio, final thoughts of today, and moving on now to Nashville. 1 race left here in the IIS season, and today he didn't start up front. He said why he didn't start up front, but he made his way up there, and then in the last I'd say quarter of the race made it his. Robert MilewauKee, your winner again on an oval here in the IIS. Ryan, you go ahead first.
Yeah, that was a good drive by Robert. I mean, the early stage of the race, he used to sitting back there in 5th place at one point, and then just having a quiet race, and then towards the end of the race, it's kind of he just kept bringing himself into contention as the race went on, and through strategy as well, he managed to get himself up into the lead, and pretty much went on to take a deserved victory. And looking forward to the last race and the last race of the season at Nashville. But I think one of my tracks and or favourite tracks that I race, and when it comes to oval racing, and
I hate that place.
I love it.
I hate that place, but I'm glad someone likes it because it's hard to race there, man. Antonio, same thing to you, and also how nasty is it that Robert out there? I'm not saying nasty isn't nasty, just how good of a racer is he? You know, just at the end, let me just throw some laps together and put a purple up there right before the white flag and the checker flag. It's just like, come on, man.
Leave something for the rest of us. Come on.
No kidding.
Oh man, but man, what a good race we saw. It's unfortunate that we lost so many good drivers at the very beginning with Hamilton, Ty, Allen. It would have been interesting. I don't think anybody had anything for Robert and Alex. Alex was super dominant, super fast at the very beginning. But yeah, I mean, a lot of it in this IndyCar races ends up going to strategy and being able to save fuel, being able to save tire, and planning for the long road. It typically pays dividends, and we just saw it with Robert. Like once he took the lead on that pit sequence, boom, he's gone. And he started pushing a little bit before that, and then after that, there was no contest, and that also goes into hand in hand with the ability that Robert has, and that he's able to get every single ounce of that car and use every single inch of the racetrack that you paid for. But yeah, no, great race overall. We saw a lot of battles throughout the field. Brophy making it, from P19 to P4. That was a lot of fun. Matt Taylor, who was there all day long. Great racing overall. And yeah, looking forward to Nashville, although I'm not a fan of Nashville.
I'm not either.
Ryan, I think you're on your own here. To me, that track, I've never been really good at it. It also depends a lot on the conditions. If the track is a little bit too hot, then it's going to be a grinder for the tires, and then it's going to be a lot of saving. If it's too cold, then it becomes a parade. It really depends on what our track conditions are going to be. Hopefully we get some good ones, and with the added bonus that these guys are going to be able to work in those setups and make something happen for them. So I think we're going to see a great race. I'm just not good at Nashville, so that's why I don't like it.
Neither. I remember when it came out, and I was like, oh sweet, it's one of those tracks that IRL ran on in its heyday. Another oval. I'm good on ovals, and I got there, and it's just like, this sucks. This is not fair. This is not fun. The IR18 does not like this track. And I think my first race in the track was in I think I did a Lotus 79 race there in Lionheart, and I think I got wrecked, or I wrecked somebody, but I remember not surviving that race. And then in the DW12, I made a note that no matter how bad I was not going to stop in that race. I'm just going to go and finish. And I was well down in the order, but all I thought was after this race is like, this sucks. And I remember going back to the guy that made this setup, and I was like, is there anything else you could do? And he's like, no, they had all the downforce on the car and everything. It's just the track sucks. So it's just another super speedway that they wanted to put on the schedule for the speedway series. So yeah, I heard it's getting better, and I'm hoping that we will see the additional downforce elements added to these cars for that race, and maybe we'll make it a little bit better. We'll see. But I agree.
If we have more downforce, it's going to race much better.
But maybe Ryan can teach us a thing or two next on September 14th when we do that stream. Maybe he could tell us this is how you get around the track, since you guys have no skill. So.
Yeah, I'm probably not the best person to ask when it comes to ovals. Even though I've won an Indy 500, it's probably best to avoid me.
That's one more majors Indy 500 than I've ever won. So. Congrats on that.
Same. I cannot say that I've won an Indy 500. Come second, come fourth, come third. Never won it.
You will one of these days. I know you will. But guys, let's wrap it up. We got an IndyCar race here in about an hour, so everyone wants to get ready for that. But that's it for today. Your podium from the Milwaukee Mile. You're looking at it right there. Robert Malechka the third, RM3, King Robert, P1, going into a good week for him. Alex Van de Sant, he didn't have the week he wanted, but a good podium here to maybe ease the slight burn of not taking that top 33. But again, Alex, as I told Nick, you're always going to be my top 33, man. You're always so fast. You're always so good at all these tracks. I don't think you have anything to be mad about by not making the top 33. You're just one of the best in the community, period. P2 for you today. And Matt Taylor, who we pass along our congratulations for finishing third. Matt never really left the top 3 all day today. He finishes third there. That is your podium. Join Antonio and Ryan and myself again right here September 14th for Championship Saturday, which is round 16 of the IndyCar iRacing Series as the drivers and teams return to the Nashville Superspeedway to decide a series championship. Coverage should begin approximately 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, that's 2:00 p.m. It's right here on YouTube. As always, you can check the channel at youtube.com/ and just do a keyword search not at Elite Racing, just go Elite Racing Network. Just keyword search that in, or check the official iRacing schedule for the correct broadcast time in your area. Once again, thank you to the ERN for hosting this again this season. It means an awful lot. And everybody, the best way you can help them out is giving them the thumbs up and the subscribe. Links to their channel and their Discord server are in the description. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, and they're not easy, require time and money to produce. If you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar and have enjoyed our coverage of the IndyCar iRacing Series, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description. And donate to our 2024 broadcast fund. You got this race and Nashville to do that. And that's it. That's the only opportunities that you have. And if you haven't done so already, we really, really, really could use your donations. It helps with our broadcast quality. It also helps me pay these guys for their time to bring you the action in the booth. So if you have not donated, please do so. And you can do that at the link in the description. And we thank you for watching and making this part of your Saturdays during each and every NTT IndyCar race week. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support P1 and ERN with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of tonight's race. And if you enjoyed today's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe. And while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss more of ERN's other iRacing programming, including our next race, which will be the 14th. At Nashville, September 14th, 2 p.m. Eastern. Don't want to miss it. And then also the ERN IndyCar Series, the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series, will pick back up on the 12th, Thursday, September 12th at Richmond at 7:45 p.m. I will be in the booth along with Derek Vance, and LGN will be joining us for the remainder of that season. And again, that's 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time on September 12th at Richmond for the Elite Racing League Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. After 2 weeks off, so round 5. Check it out. So that's it. Let's see what else. If you do, yep, subscribe, ring the bell. Yep, I said all that. P1 and ERN Saturday IndyCar Series top split coverage brought to you by the 4D Racewear. The guys at 4Ds have been awesome. Make sure to check out their line of made for sim racing gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them today at 4dracewear.com or click on the links in the description. Some of the best gloves and shoes you can get for sim racing right there. 4D, check them out. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with the Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter and Instagram. Links are in the description. So, for the boss, Antonio Estrada, for Ryan Walker, for everyone here at ERN, I'm Gary Gatso saying to all, thanks for watching. Everyone else at P1 as well, thanks for watching. All our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, come home safe. Make sure to catch the real stars and cars of the IndyCar Series, right? NTT IndyCar Series, the real ones, in just about an hour from now. At about 5:40 p.m. Eastern Time for the Hy-Vee Milwaukee 250. And that's the first race. And then make sure to come back in Sunday and tune again on the USA Network on September 1st at 2:30 p.m. Eastern for the Hy-Vee Milwaukee 250. That's race 2. For all the action of today's race, I believe it's Peacock only in America and the IndyCar Live app outside of America. So if you,
correct.
Yeah, and make sure you have that. Or just join Mark Janes and the gang on IndyCar Radio on Sirius XM channel 215 for all the action. For Sunday's race, be sure to catch race 2 on the USA Network. That'll be there, as well as Peacock, as well as the IndyCar Live app, and, of course, IndyCar Radio. Make sure to check your local listings for the correct podcast times and station to your area. You can catch all of us again September 14th for Championship Saturday in Nashville for the next race of the IndyCar iRacing Series. See you, everybody. Thanks for joining.